Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. This is going to be a video featuring the Sidekick manual die cutting system. It is a smaller version of, I think, the Sizzix die cutting machine. Maybe it's the Big Shot. I don't have a Big Shot. I have a Spellbinder machine, the large platinum one. And I thought I would get this one because I was visiting the Littles and I'm building their craft supplies. And I thought it might be nice. But I don't know. The jury is out on this one for me. It's nice. It works well with the dies that come with it, which are the thin, what are they called? Sizzix Thinlits, or they're the metal, thin metal dies that are made by Sizzix. Is it Sizzix? Yes. When you use these dies, they cut really well. I use a lot of aftermarket dies that I get from Amazon to make different shapes. Didn't cut those quite as well. These are a little bit thicker, and with this machine, when it says it uses the thin dies, you really want the thin dies. So let's cut a few of them. I've already cut down some paper. The widest you're going to get on here is about 2.5 inches, and as far as how long your paper is going to be, probably 4, so maybe 4 inches, 4.5 inches by what, that's about 2.5 inches. So I've cut down some paper, and we're going to go through and we're going to cut a few shapes. I'm going to use the dies that came with the actual system. I don't know if I'll try to use a couple of the other ones or not. I haven't had much. Well, I've had varied success. So these are the dies that came with it. I'm going to grab the circle die out. As you can see, the plates, they look well used, but I've only had this for maybe a week and a half. And I've cut, I mean, a lot, but not what I would normally say is heavy use. So anyway, they bowed just a little bit, but you know, that's expected. I'm going to grab a piece of paper that I have a jelly print on, and I'm simply going to lay the paper down on it. I'm going to put the die on it with the metal cutting part, which you can see the little raised area face down, and put it right here, and then put the second plate on top. Okay, I'm gonna move it here so that we can see it. It has something on the bottom that helps. It's kind of like a suction. So if you put it on a flat surface, you should be able to click this down and it will hold it in place. It only lasts a little, you know, as far as I know, maybe through one rotation, and you have to restick it. Okay, this is the thin one. Just roll it towards you. And I'm sorry for the shaking. I'm on a little card table, so it does shake a bit. But this is it. This is all it takes. This is a piece of regular notebook paper, and it cuts it really, really well. When I tried to cut things that were a little bit thicker, I really did have problems. So whether it was a thicker die or a thicker sheet of paper, it kind of gave me a little bit of trouble. I don't seem to have that much trouble when I'm using my larger machine. And like I said, my larger machine is a Spellbinder Platinum. I don't know the whole name of it. It's at home. But anyway, that one, I don't have as much trouble. But let's try a heart here. Let's get a little color in there. I don't have a lot of dies that are just from Sizzix, even though I have some that I use in my other machine. But the other machine, the great part about it was that you could use aftermarket ones. This one, like I said, if I anything other than these really thin ones, I tend to have a little bit of problems. So you see how easy both of these really were to cut. Okay, that is super, super easy. I will grab another one of these. This is something that, these are some different shapes that I just grabbed on Amazon. I'll put a link to the ones that I have here because I like the shapes and I've used them on other things. Let's see. I think we'll pick this one. I'm going to cut down. Just lay it down. And this is just one sheet of paper. And you flip your plates over so that you're not cutting the same on, the same side every time. It just helps with the warping. Okay, and again, this is a Sizzix Sidekick, and this is an aftermarket one. Okay, and you see that this is having, I have had some success in cutting some, but it's not working. Let's see. Try to run it through this way. See if I can get it started. Yeah, but look how hard that is. That's way too hard to work. It's gonna cut it, but my goodness. Okay. And like I said, this is the aftermarket one. And that, that was a little bit more difficult. And then, of course, with some of these, with the Thinlits, I didn't have any paper that stayed in the cut grooves. With this one, I do. I just use my little pokey tool to pull out that paper. Whoops. And when I get back home to my craft room, I'll have to show you how I make these. These are super cute. These are just made with beads, and I can't think of what these long skewer type things are, but I'll find a link to those and maybe put them in this video too, because it's really simple. It's just beads, these little sticks, and a little bit of glue to keep the beads from falling down. But this is a rather fancy little pokey tool to get the bits of paper that sometimes sticks in your dies. So we're going to do that one. And let's show that. And we're going to do one more. It does have an embossing feature on it. We might do one. We might emboss one too. But anyway, let's try this one. Again, the cutting part down. I'm going to put my plate over it and let's see. See, it's all up now. So pull it back and re-stick it. I don't know. If you have a Sidekick, let me know your thoughts on it. If you have the big Sizzix, the, what is it, the Big Shot? Let me know your thoughts on that. I don't have that one. Okay. If you have the Sidekick, especially, let me know what you use it for. I thought it would be really easy to leave with my kiddos, but it's really too hard for them to operate. See, that's way too hard. I mean, I don't have enough strength to do it. So anyway, let me pop this one on it. We'll see. This is the Thinlits. That's the one, that is the Sizzix brand. Yeah. So aftermarket ones, if they're really thin and they're the same amount of thickness, then it'd probably work just fine. If not, you may have problems too. I don't know, it might just be my hand strength. But anyway, that is with the die cuts. Let's see if I have, yeah. It also came with 2 little embossing folders. I'm going to use the embossing folder and put this in it. Close it up, lay it down, and instead of using this other plate, we're going to use the embossing plate that came with it. And yeah, let's do it that way. Let's use that. Okay, let's lock it down again. I don't know, if you have this, do you have a use for it? Or is it just something you got as a novelty, so it's sitting there? No, I'm doing it the wrong way. I am. This is a Sizzix embossing folder. So it works really, really well. I don't know if you can see the texture. We can see it better on this side, maybe. I don't know. So yeah, it's kind of neat. It gives a little texture to what you are working on. I could see putting this in a collage just for a slight raised area. I don't know. Anyway, this is the Sizzix Sidekick. And let me know if you have one, what your thoughts are on this machine. I don't know. It's probably not something that I'm going to keep in my little supply hoard of supplies, because just to be able to use those few dies, just the Sizzix dies, I'm not sure. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you on the next video.